This chili is going to be over the top. Literally, that's what it is. We're cooking over the top chili. Let's get started. Hey, I'm James from Smokin' Dad Barbecue, and I absolutely love fall for a couple reasons, but I think my most favorite reason is it's a great excuse to cook some awesome chili. So I'll take you back inside about an hour ago when we started prepping for this cook. We wanted to combine our rub with our ground beef and go ahead and get that in a saran wrap ball and put that in the refrigerator just so it'll hold its shape a little bit better. We're also going to prepare all of our veggies for today's chili, and I'm going to do that next. But before I do, I want to start getting some heat in our Kamado Joe. So you're joining me right as we're getting ready to fire it up. Let me bring the camera a little bit closer and I'll show you how we're going to set up for today's chili cook. Okay, so as you can see, we've got our leftover ash cleaned out, ready to go with just a little bit remaining charcoal. So before I add some more charcoal, I'm gonna take a few pieces of cherry wood and just add these to the bottom right on the grate. And what that's gonna do is have the charcoal on top burning, and that'll help smolder that wood so we get great smoke flavor throughout our whole cook. Just gonna go ahead now, dump in some fresh Jealous Devil until we cover that, and we'll be ready to light our fire. Then I'm also gonna show how we're gonna set up for today's cook using a really cool configuration on our divide and conquer rack system in order to pull off this perfect over the top chili. Let's get started. Okay, so as you can see, there's still plenty of room for air to get around our charcoal basket. I can still see some holes as well as the bottom right over here on the side. So I just added enough to make sure that we've covered those pieces of smoking wood completely. My bottom vent is all the way open. I'll go ahead and open the top vent, and now we will go ahead and start our fire. I'm gonna start a fire as close as I can to downward in the center area because that's where our Dutch oven's going to be sitting directly over. Okay, so now that we've got some of our coals going, we only want to come up to about 250 to 270 degrees Fahrenheit. So I just go on and moved a few of the taller coals over to the side, just so again there's nothing sitting directly below our Dutch oven. So I'm gonna use the X accessory ring and I'm gonna put that on the second position. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna hold our Dutch oven just like so, keeping the bottom well and clear from those coals underneath, but also allowing us to install our grids above. So this is called over the top chili because that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop this grid in just like this and cook our ground beef directly over top of the chili. Now, the first thing that we have to do in this recipe is saute our onions a little bit. So I actually want the Dutch oven to gain a little bit of heat while we are warming our ceramic. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that in there, and we'll go inside and start prepping our veggies. Okay, so while we prepped all of our veggies and beans and everything inside, we've hit our target temperature. So I'm just gonna go ahead now and drop in our onions, which I've added the tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil to already. Off camera, you may have noticed, just while we were heating up, I went ahead and moved this to the top position, just so I didn't get too much heat in our Dutch oven. And I'll drop that back down to the middle tier when it's time to do our over-the-top chili. So we're just gonna give these a minute or so to sweat. And then the next thing that we'll add in is our red and green peppers, which we've already chopped, our garlic, and then I have some dried ancho chilies that I've gone and heated up in a skillet just so they're soft, and chopped them and added that to this mixture as well. So that'll be the next thing that we add. And then in our bowl over here, we have our cans of tomato, our black beans, as well as our brown beans. Our family loves those. So that's the substitute that we made for the beans. So just while I'm standing with the dome open, I'll go ahead and, as you may have saw there, just go and close the bottom vent door just so we don't get a runaway fire. make it a little bit easier for us to settle it back down to our 270 that we were holding before opening the dome. Okay, our onions have had a minute or two to sweat out. Let's go ahead and add our peppers and garlic and chilies. Again, we're going to give these another couple minutes just to cook off any of the raw ingredients and soften everything up. And then we'll be ready to add in our tomato mixture, beans, and bring this to a simmer. And then we'll add our red cooking wine. Okay, so it's been about another minute or so since we added our peppers, and everything is looking good. So now let's go ahead and carefully add in our tomato mixture. Recognize after the fact that the back of that jar may not have been the most exciting camera work you've ever seen. Apologies. But what we're going to do now is just let this start to come to a simmer. And then we'll be ready to add in the cooking wine. Drop this down a position. Actually, I can go ahead and do that now just so we get a little bit more heat. And then we can settle everything down and install our grids and start getting to work on our ground beef. There we go, drop down a position. I'll just close the dome, give that a couple more minutes. All right, so that's been about 5 minutes. Let's take a look and see how that's coming along. Perfect, just starting to get that simmer. So what I'm gonna do now is just add in our 150 milliliters of red wine. This is a cooking wine, not a enjoyable one. Stir everything before we install our grates. And then we're gonna add our ball of ground beef and our meter probe. Okay, so just like that, we're gonna drop on our ground beef right above the chili, so any of those drippings will go down and flavor our chili. And we're only gonna take this to an internal temperature of about 140 degrees Fahrenheit. When we reach that, we're gonna remove this, break it apart on a cutting board, and add it to our chili to cook it the rest of the way. See you in a couple hours. Okay, it's been about 2 hours or so, smoking right along. Just at about 300 now on the dome. And I think it is time to get our ground beef off, broken up, and we're gonna incorporate it into our chili. So I'll just pull out the meter probe. It's done its job. We're now just above 140 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna do the rest of the cooking inside of our chili pot. So I'll just add the camera to the tripod and we'll get ready to start mixing that up. All right, let's go ahead and remove our roast. Just set that aside for a second. And I'm gonna take the opportunity now to reposition our chili back up to the top rack here, just so we can control the heat even better. The coals look good. Remove our probe, which we don't need, and we'll go ahead and just break this up and add to our chili. We'll just stir that in. So that's still looking good. If we need to thin it out a little bit more, we can add a little bit more red wine vinegar later on, but I think that's okay. So I'm just gonna close the lid and then bump the heat down just a touch. All right, our chili has been stewing away for another 2 hours and it looks amazing. Let me bring the camera a little bit closer and then we'll build our taste test. So for toppings, I've just gone with a little bit of fresh cilantro and chopped that up really fine, as well as shredding up some of that smoked aged cheddar cheese that I have. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link down below. It's from my cold smoking video. There's a lot of great things you can cold smoke, and cheddar cheese is one of the best, and I think it's gonna make an amazing addition to our chili. Anyways, enough getting excited about the taste test. Let's take a closer look, and then we'll build our bowl. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, that's looking really good. So I think that is about the perfect consistency. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some good chili tonight. Put the camera back on the mount and we can get ourselves a good old taste test. Okay, let's get a little bit of chili here. Hit it with some of our smoked cheddar cheese, a little bit of cilantro, and just a dollop here of some sour cream. That's looking really good. So I don't know if you can tell, but I am excited for this one. The aromas coming off of our Kamado Joe Classic all day have been nothing short of phenomenal. Let's go ahead and give this a bite. I am in chili heaven. That is phenomenal. If you've never tried over-the-top chili, you're absolutely going to love this. Anyways, I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you did, please go ahead and let YouTube know by smashing that like button, and let me know by hitting subscribe to catch future videos. Until then, I'm James from Smokin' Dad Barbecue, signing off, and don't be afraid to fire it up.